Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we have quite a bit going on. We do have a crossover of the moving averages. Finally, we've caught up with the Dow, so we've got some bullish signals here. But we do have this rounding bottom. There is a neckline up here which we have not tested, which is what we were hoping we would test yesterday. That's at 39.21 or 39.22 in actual fact. But in the meantime, we've had inside bars, engulfing bars, and then engulfing bar here, oscillators grouped to the upside and busy crossing over. Not an area I want to be going long just yet. So I'd want to see a pullback now. The reality of the situation we have right now, I'm not going to put all the levels in, but each one of these tails are going to offer an area of support. That is a zone of chaos. If you look to the left, you can see we've spent quite a bit of time in this area. See there, I can go back pretty much to March, same thing, and we can probably go back even further to last year as well, where you're going to see there will be a zone of chaos in that area as well. Got to go back to 2021. You can see there's the area of chaos there. So if we start drilling, well, hang on, while we're on the weekly, let's just look at that as well. So we are in a downtrend on the weekly, and what has not happened on the S&P is a rejection or break of this trend line. It has happened on the Dow, but it hasn't happened on the S&P. And there's so much noise in the market at the moment, so much noise around recession and China and Ukraine and oil. So there's so much that could act as a catalyst, and that is our big problem right now. So just to recap quickly, so oscillators group the upside on the 8 hour. Look at the 3 hour, we're separating. This is an area I don't want to be looking for shorts, especially when I see the oscillator separating like that. Why? Because when they separate and they cross over, there's normally an aggressive move to the upside with the way it's looking at the moment. I would prefer it off a level. I don't have it off a level, so there is a level I'm looking for, 39.22. I don't have that structure. We were basically sideways towards the close, and then we had this big engulfing bar. So is that the start of selling? And the daily was an inside rejection bar as well. So dropping down to the hour, you can see this low here is critical today. We start breaking below the low of yesterday. That starts validating the daily inside bar, and it also sets us up for a move lower down. And that is going to be, I just want to get these exact. So this will be a zone because we've got a weekly level and an hour level, and we'd aim for the hour level at 39.31. So that would be the first area, and then obviously this one down here at 38.61. That's pretty clear. So that's kind of my view for today. Yesterday was really chaotic, and if you just look at the 15-minute, you'll see very difficult to trade that kind of stuff when you're seeing tails to the upside, tails to the downside. And when I see this kind of stuff, I typically just switch off, leave it alone, don't bother with it. We've got a crossover at the moment. You can see we didn't have a crossover yesterday. We've got a bit of a crossover brewing now. So what you could also do is just pay attention to this area here. You can see how long we stayed below that and then dropped below it. So this is 39.90. So obviously 4,000. We've been aiming for 4,000 for quite some time. We got there last week. But this is the area we need to get back above for this to continue. So at the moment, I am expecting some kind of rejection here, at least to test the lows of yesterday. If we get below that, then I'm aiming for this area here. And that is 39.21, 39.22 area. Just bear in mind, we are in a bull trend on the lower time frames, that is. And we do have another zone of potential support here. So I would expect buyers to come in off this area here at 39.53 or 39.50, and then look to try and hold that for another move back to 4,000. So that would be bottom of range. So that I would expect. I'd also expect some kind of rejection up here to move to the downside. So there are two short, well, not short scalps, but there are two scalps. There's a bearish scalp and there's a bullish scalp. But they're not going to be held for long. So it's basically rejection off this area somewhere down. It's on the 5 minute, just to highlight another thing here. Look at the chaos here. Above and below the moving average is always a sign of confusion. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. I hope it helps you somewhat, but I think my advice is really just sit quietly on this one. Let's wait and see what transpires. Anything down, lower down in these zones here, I'd definitely be looking for an opportunity to continue this trend to the upside for another test of 4,000 at least. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.